like it. He says, okay, you know, don't have to be cute with it. I'm just going to play the champ.
And this was somewhat unavoidable for HANWHA, because especially with Udyr and Cassandre gone, like, what actually are your blind picks? Rumble is also not there. So, nice trap being set up. I wouldn't have hated it. But then you get Gwent. Or God forbid, Cho'Gath. I remember that's a champion that exists in League of Legends.
No, he doesn't exist anymore, actually. Very nice team fights that are very tricky and annoying to deal with Nico Nocturne. Let's jump out of the rift for game number 1. Here we go. Game number 1 between HANWHA Life Esports and T1. Always manages to bring us some fun games. We talk often about the D plus Kia versus Gen G matchup. That brought us some fun games just yesterday in Saturday's Showdown. But also HANWHA Life Esports and T1. HANWHA Life have oftentimes challenged them to a pretty high level and brought us to 3 games and brought us to a close series.
So, pretty interesting. Usually we see, I think the Fleet is the most common one. Pretty sure we've seen some first strike Corki as well, which is the one that really feels notoriously unfair when you get to mid to late game. Viola Blades, the early laning phase, particularly the first 6 levels, I think are going to feel really tough to deal with. As we only see, I think it's, 2 Void Grubs being taken.
Void Gentlemen.
Benefit of that, obviously the first one you're always going to get. As I figured Summer's River more of a...
No.
more of a trout.
There's also salmon in there.
Ah, okay.
You know, it's kind of weird. Peanuts here. This is a Ocean Drake first, which is quite nice, and would help T1 put on even more pressure in the lanes. And they will be able to pick it up. Doesn't look like HANWHA Life Esports really want to fight this, although Peanut does go in for a little break the wrist and walk away, but it's not going to work as level 6 is Owner, and he's looking for blood, and he will have it. First blood goes to Owner as he says, well, you can't block this, Peanut.
Peanut takes the risk and gets promptly punished. We will now see Owner take up the final grub, as Faker is ensuring that Peanut doesn't get anywhere near this. And early game comp so far, not looking too bad.
Get back out on the map as soon as possible. We got to dive in top as an ult is going to be used into Doran. And Doran doesn't really care about that too much as in goes Faker looking for the knockup. Flash coming in. This is the second Nocturne and the Ash Arrow as well. You got to be kidding me as the damage will come in. And that is going to be the end of Zeka.
And without the Ash Arrow, it wouldn't have been enough. You actually saw Owner taking a lot of damage there. Zeka was doing such a good job in the 1v1. It was actually sitting at, I think, like 10-15 CS lead. Only one with a gold lead on the side of HANWHA. Carrier showing, though, why he was not allowed to play that Ashes.
Goes forward, yeah. Fade's call forced.
And this is the ultimate from Vipergun as well.
We got a World Ender here as, nicely predicted from Doran. Yeah, trade of ultimates. And the threat on the bottom side and the fact that Viper and Delight basically don't exist yet means they just get a second Drake. And it's Infernal Soul. So no Ocean Souls here. It is just going to be T1 potentially ramping up into a massive Soul when they're already pretty far ahead.
Yeah, definitely subpar for HANWHA Life. We're probably looking at maybe a Chemtech angle. Not going to be the case.
Yeah. Well, we got a TP coming in, trying to make a play. Meanwhile, Smite a wave on the Bubs as they're trying to get all 6. Guma still has Flash, but he's charmed up, and he's just going to hold on to it. So nice play here from HANWHA Life Esports. Going to pick up that kill on Guma. It is going to be 6 Void Bubs in the hands of T1, though. And they could use that to just put on more pressure with their early to mid-game comp. Fade's call. Just adding some more stuff in terms of engage.
Yeah.
Not necessarily backline access, but yeah, it is going to be a lot of threats for sure. Zeka does not have the package. He is bottom lane. He has TP, but
go. That's fine.
Let it go. They say, okay, we're scaling. We're going to hunker down for the long winter. And maybe we can get Corki to 3 items. That's got to be their goal at this point.
ZEUS might have an opportunity here, especially with the 6 little Kevins biting away at the turret. Not going to be the difference maker, but I just like acknowledging that they exist. It's going to be first turret blood here for T1. And there is a lot of team fighting power there. The problem is that because all your lanes are so far behind, actually getting prio is basically impossible. As the charge.
He's looking for this, and now he's going to be denied to come back as Poppy was right there. Owner playing with fire right before the Drake. Maybe having a little bit too much fun with that Rift Herald.
Stefan's presence, and this could be a crucial breaking point. If HANWHA Live deny this dragon to T1 and somehow delay the timer by 5 minutes, that could be all the time they need. But they don't have that much setup. Their own vision control on their own jungle is decent. They don't have a lot of control on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at this. The 1v1 is getting out of hand right now. Doran, he has to pop World Ender just to stay alive, just to run. And the rest of the team here in the 4v4 trying to set up. Zeka does have the package, but the lights are off. And where is Faker coming from is the question. He goes in onto the Poppy. Faker does not commit. Now he goes in a massive 3-man ultimate. He gets the Featherstorm, and Yone is here. ZEUS gets in from behind. He is going to be isolated, though. Nicely done. And it was actually the Dragon going the way of HANWHA Live Esports. But look at the follow-up here from the side of T1. The roots come in as Doran is getting massive. And now Viper frontlining. He gets the root onto Faker, and he wins the fight for the team.
That alone, not going.
Oh,
there we go.
Stuck around. The ult is used by ZEUS, but Doran does dodge quite a lot. Has to deal with this Unbound Soul as the Q3 comes through. Doran getting pretty low, but will survive.
But this is my issue. Like, he dodged the ult. ZEUS doesn't even have a second item yet, and he still lost that.
Arrow just to stop a potential back, I guess, but Doran was way back in the lane, so it doesn't end up doing much.
And
it's just fine. Let's see this. T1 is trying to group up here for the Baron, actually. And they have a Callista.
No shocker there.
Yeah, they're just going to start it. This is the way that T1 functions. And they will look to turn if necessary. Keria trying to hold the door here for the team right now as Peanut is going to knock away the Nocturne, who could just ult back in. Also got ZEUS, and that's going to put an end to that Baron try.
So that's the first attempt. Often more will follow, but successfully taken care of there by HANWHA Live, and even get a little bit mid-prior here. See if they're able to do more than just that. And I think in the 1v1, this build from ZEUS is going to be absolutely ludicrous. We already see that Doran is really struggling, even with the Edge of Night now finished. On the flip side, though, this T1 comp doesn't really have engaged. Their only engage is Owner, turning off the lights, and then obviously the Asher, and then a Poppy and an Aatrox.
Keria?
Ooh.
All right, just trying to get some position in the mid lane, perhaps. Peanut, he's here. He's not going to get in, but he flashes anyway. And he puts that flash on cooldown. At least Atlas is happy, but everybody else on the side of HANWHA Live Esports is not. T1 going to take down that dragon extremely fast.
Wait, was Faker a Callista ghost?
That was a Callista ghost, yeah. I didn't even know you could do that. And now HANWHA Live Esports, they're going to start the Baron.
They have package.
They have package. They say, okay, you used a bunch. Here comes a very interesting ghost who is looking for the angle. Look at him there. Let's see if he gets on in. They got to pull the trigger on this one, and Faker is looking for it. A 5-man ultimate! You've got to be kidding me! As they get on top of Zeka. The follow-up is huge! From the Saya, they go a little bit too ham, and now Guma trying to hop away. That is going to be the end of that fight as T1, they take the lifeboat out of there as fast as they possibly can.
And Viper goes untouched again. Oh, Keria might be in trouble here. It's just going to walk past the tension.
Real ghosts or not, it's real. And nobody's going to pop out of that bush.
No one is that crazy, right? A big threat. Because if Viper ever doesn't have his ultimate, or is like a second too late, or ZEUS clips him with an ultimate and Viper dies, that could very well be the end of it. But Viper hasn't done any dying in this game yet. I don't know if he's going to start anytime soon. It's Zeka.
Zeka just runs at Yone. What is that?
Yeah, that's...
ZEUS just says thank you very much. That was very scrumptious.
You're not a Kali, man. You can't do that. That's a fat Yone. You're the big carry. You can't die.
Well, they needed him, and now T1 are like, oh, we can take a free Baron. Okay. And that is going to get this teleport out of Doran. Can they actually get in here a little bit later from FAKER, but he has Death Cap. Okay. He's ready for the engage if they want to go for the turn. Peanut looking for the knockback, looking for the bonk. He doesn't see anything as in goes ZEUS, and he dies immediately as well. Owner getting into the backline just gets blown up as they do take out Doran, but this is potentially a win for HLE Esports. They stop the Baron, and now TP's coming in. Viper, he has to go into that Feather Storm. Not much of a follow-up here on a Peanut. As Zeka, he wants to hit some rockets, but T1 is already running away.
Ooh, still a win for HANWHA though. They're able to deny the Baron attempt, even with Zeka making a very questionable play. Colossal error, which leads to this situation. This cancel from Doran, absolutely huge. FAKER tries to go in for the play, but he's not allowed to pass thanks to this Aatrox.
We gotta look at live. I mean, this is Delight's trying to make a play here. They're trying to get on top of FAKER, and he is going to be isolated now. Trying to frontline for the team. It's not going to work. There's a lot of sticks in this Dragon. Can they actually get it down, though, is the question. As ZEUS is going 1v4 in the backline, he takes out Saya, and they get the Infernal Toss. It's going 1v4, and they have to flash away from this one. Doran was not in the fight at all. He didn't have TP. And the TP advantage is going to be what turns this game on its head, as T1 will take out Delight as well.
And HANWHA Life were able to keep up. It almost looked like that was the moment where they finally turn it around, but instead T1 holds strong. Yes, FAKER goes down, and they say, who cares? We have enough damage on the rest of our team. Even if they didn't win that fight and they didn't get the soul, just the Baron alone could have been a difference maker, but instead they get Infernal Soul. But in Doran's and Peanut's defense, I actually think they've been playing well. I don't think they're the problem. There is, however, another problem.
ZEUS maybe a little bit too ham, but he is Yone, so he just gets to do whatever he wants. This is the way the champ works. Doran here with the Edge of Night, looking for an angle now that they did push back ZEUS. But T1 playing a pretty
still
balanced...
no Eclipse either,
He
but
just got
I don't even know if it's going to matter at this point.
He just got it. The kiting is coming in. The Feather's gonna root down Keria. And now, let's see if Zeka can hit some rockets. Yep. That's one of them. Okay. And Keria says, I am going to leave now.
But it's too late. Even us, quirky enjoyers, gotta admit that if the turrets already start falling...
Or like a quirky respecter, okay? I don't exactly enjoy this gameplay.
I was being sarcastic, fellas. Don't you worry.
Okay, nice. Also, if he got within range of ZEUS as well, he was also dead.
So the one thing you need to make sure now of ST1 is do not flip Elder. Everything else is fine. You can just have ZEUS put in the side lane and bait them in and let that be the end of it. You do actually have a lot of control around the pit, so I think your re-engages should definitely be a possibility. The minimap is not liking
something
FAKER
going on,
being a little spooky ghost.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, it's just really funny. HLE Esports.
Yeah, don't start
Yeah, they're just not gonna flip, and they can poke really well as well. Not as well as Corky, but decently well. And so now it's going to come through, and HLE Esports say, okay, we're calling your bluff. Let's see if you can do it. Let's see if you can get on in here. They're going to get on top of Zeka again. He's dead. And that's the end of the Corky. That ultimate, that was very unfortunate. And this goes the way.
Wait.
Okay, Viper. Do they get it? Viper, he's frontlining. He might be able to just carry this fight. No, he goes down. And now it's up to Doran. Can he do it with the Elder Dragon? Is the only question. As ZEUS and Guma, I don't think even the Elder Dragon's going to help them at this point. The TP comes in from FAKER, and we have the results of our first game. It looks like FAKER trying to push in. Peanut is still alive, and he's doing the Wolves. Perhaps for some help.
We'll see if Peanut makes it back to his base, but the Nexus, that one is going to go down. And what a first game here. Viper trying to say, we're not going home, but unfortunately in this first game. I was about to say. So this is one of the things we haven't really seen being picked in the Milio that much, are things like Blitzcrank, things like Pyke, that have a way of getting on top and taking him down. Now, Varus Pyke is as volatile as a matchup as Derek, because it involves Pyke. It's pretty self-explanatory. Pike really stands or falls by how much you get to do early on. T1 do have more frontline than they did last time around, though. This time Owner actually, especially with the threat of that ball from Faker, really strong combo there. A lot of team fighting power for T1. On the flip side, though, HANWHA Life's comp, if you get to mid-game...
Esports can challenge them here in game number 2.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Here we go. Game number 2. T1 looking for a quick 2-0 to move up in the standings. HANWHA Esports, they got to come back in this game if they want to try to force a game 3.
I would love a game 3. I think that even though game number 1 had some individual underperformances, there were a lot of really high-stakes moments. HANWHA Life actually did a really good job, I think, of keeping the game close up until the very end. Let's not forget, if Viper is able to just have like an extra second there, doesn't get focused down immediately. Good, these 80 carries are at spacing. And we can see here as well, Guma!
We're just brawling. Guma taking it to Viper and losing, and Viper just stands up to them. This hook, flash forward, it's not going to work out. This Keria trying to turn the tides here. Flash, oh, the dodge was excellent by ZEUS as he goes unbound. What is a Corki going to come over and like kill Darrell? It's not going to happen at this level. And of course, Orianna can also push in. So Owner just gets to do whatever he wants. And what he wants to do right now is take down these Void Bubs.
And Rel actually one of the best at clearing these out for the reason we're about to witness in just a second. Ooh, I wonder if he's going to like keep all of them low, and then with one Q... missed the third one there, but you can basically kill all of them. Still had a smite, so
yeah.
Nicely set up. There's Keria.
Keria looking for it, hops forward, is going to miss the hook. Keria not hitting a single hook just yet, not that I've seen. The ult comes forward, and level 5 Doran gets out scot-free.
It's mostly the mid-game, I think, where we saw a lot of pressure.
Ult's coming in, all out. Is in some trouble as he is unbound, but now Doran not going to hit the knock-up. The timing is not there, and he doesn't get the kill just yet. Finally gets in, but he goes down. ZEUS gets himself into a rough spot. At least is able to trade it back, but Doran picks up the first blood.
And Doran ends up going down anyway. ZEUS not getting caught there.
Oh, hook finally came in. Forces that flash. Level 6 here for the side of the T1 bot lane. In goes Viper. He's doing a punch to
doesn't
Guma.
Even have 6.
He doesn't even have 6. Doesn't need it. He's got red-white. And that was enough to push them back. Only, I mean, Keria just ignited on the play. Actually, the summoner advantage is T1's after all of that. Plus, they got the dragon in the enemy jungle. Here's Owner, actually. So the jungler who's up here and maybe makes a difference might be the T1 jungler. Doran is alone. He is going to hop past them, but the stun comes through, and that should be enough even against Cassante. And now that's ZEUS picking up 2 kills.
It's just, is it the same game?
It kind of is. It's not exactly, because obviously the...
Oh, Peanut!
Trying to get in here is Peanut. He's not in range, and guess who is? Finally does get in range, but Keria comes in, picks up the kill, and Faker's going to survive. And now Peanut's in a whole host of trouble as well. Tries to flash in front of the Q, not going to quite time it correctly, and Peanut does get out with his life.
Can't imagine he actually wants to use it offensively here. But if you don't use the package, it's also kind of a waste. Ideally, want to try and at least get some value out of it. Maybe towards a Rift Herald comes to mind, because this second Drake also going to T1, and T1, everything's going according to plan. But for me, the big difference between this game and last is that, again, I really like HANWHA's comp, but I do think T1 have a lot more power when it comes to mid to late, even if they don't snowball, which they are.
There's not as much pressure in the early and mid game.
No, there's no Ashe, you know, no. Do gotta say though, HANWHA Life looked similar to this in last game, and then when the team fighting started, that's where we really started to see, which is pretty funny given that a large part of this team was of course Gen G.
Faker's just gonna take the turret by himself.
Yeah, on the next wave it is gone. That's gonna be first turret bot going over to this Orianna. And they can do to stop him. Teleport comes in, but that's not enough, and Owner is there, and the turret is gone!
He almost missed his TP as well. Like, if Faker really stepped up and tried to put There's just a lot of different factors coming together.
It's 4K gold
for this
deficit,
question.
fellas. And that Hail Mary team fight, the team fighting prowess I was talking about, it's got to come soon. Kraken Slayer's done for Viper. Maybe Delight with this Milio can get something going.
Faker is pretty much invulnerable at this point. He has the arm guard, and I love that defensive item choice into the enemy comp. Especially, you know that Viper's going to be doing a lot of damage, but also more importantly, it's like...
And another objective going to get started up here.
Uh-oh. Peanut's in the enemy jungle for some reason, and he might just be dead. There is a Cassante nearby, but it doesn't matter, as Keria is going to take him out, but he does go down at least, and it ends up mattering, I suppose, for Doran, who will pick up the kill.
Gold positive trade is... Uh-oh, this won't be. Maybe?
Yeah, what's going on here? Just looking for a free Viper, I suppose, and it doesn't matter how many Melio ultimates and abilities you use, he's still going to die.
Yeah, so... And this shit's not too bad. It's fine. Fortunately, this part is kind of rough. Viper, I think he thought that he was just on the edge. Did have his flash available. If he flashes the Shockwave, probably lives, but not actually able to walk out of it. Does end up going down, and yeah, it's a
bit dire for Life Esports. I think that they'll be happy that it's not Infernal Soul this time, but
yeah,
it might not matter because the lead is much wider this game as well, and it does feel a bit more suffocating. Your Corki seemingly even more far behind.
Started so early as well, right? With ZEUS just going in 1v2.
So they're gonna try to do the dragon.
Peanut, you are
this
not
is a single ocean dragon.
Hey, maybe this is the Hail Mary.
Yeah, I mean they have the package.
Look at Viper's guns.
They have the package
as well.
Okay. They say, okay, this is where we're gonna try to have to get a fight going. Maybe we can pick someone off. Keria does take some damage. And now, I mean, as T1, you don't have to fight this, but if they do look for an angle, they could go for it. Owner just looking for the combo. There it is. That's the kill. And there's the stasis. And Faker lives, and down goes Peanut. And now Viper's in the front line. He's taking so much damage. And down he will go as well. ZEUS super low, but just flashes away. This is a total wipe in favor of T1 as they take down 3 members of HANWHA Life Esports and the Drake. And this was happening the whole time.
Yeah, I think Baron's gone as well. Somehow, even though the kill scores look better, this game is much more doomed, Veldes. Didn't even need Pike Gold in that one. It's just...
There's not too much to say. I mean,
no.
Yeah, we kind of saw the writing on the wall like 10 minutes ago as well. And so now Keria, he's just bullying at this point, trying to get Delight, who was getting into the pit for some reason. Keria is going to just hop
They got
away.
Nash on spawn!
Yeah, Faker just got he got a free lane. And the one time Peanut tried to go there, they actually lost in the trade, and Faker got even farther ahead.
Yeah. I think we can let go of any notions of this game somehow turning around, Veldes.
Game 1 was so good, it was so close. It was a lot of fun. Crazy Yone moments, and now this game happened.
Game 1, like, I actually think that obviously Delight and Viper were the highlights, but Doran and Peanut still had good games.
Yeah.
But this one is a classic, like, every lane is kind of losing in some sort of way.
Even the jungle.
All right. Hail Mary, Pete. No, we got no one. They are losing the topside turret.
Yeah. I mean,
it's got nothing to say. It's 22 minutes in there.
I think this zoom out is perfect.
It's 11K gold!
I think Jodo Strong was like, you know what? There's nothing I can focus on right now. Nobody's going to make a play. They're going to go in on a Faker. They saw him use his stasis, and they got him. And that's a kill. And now we got the flank coming in from Doran. This is going to be pretty nice. A couple of kills. His owner just sends it. Might as well, I guess. He's not going to take out Peanut, though. And that's going to be a couple of kills here in the hands of HANWHA Life Esports.
Down to 9K. That's...
You got to start somewhere.
I think Viper for the 4th year in a row. Actually, 3rd year, I guess.
Probably will be, yeah.
Probably will be as Keria behind enemy lines.
Yeah, looking for the back line, but there's a TP coming in. Zeka has the package here, so they really have to respect that to T1.
Come on, HANWHA.
In fact, they might just back off of this one. But let's
Get us
see.
the free.
Trying to get in. The hook is on Azeka, but the package is pretty good. Owner isolated, but he's just so tanky. He gets into the front line with the package help. And Carrier gets super low, but I don't think they care about that at all, as the damage from Viper is non-existent. He's totally zoned away, and that will be another T1 victory in this team fight. Oh, poor Viper. Yeah, you're dead. Guma gonna take that one. Yeah. And that might just be it. They're just gonna push the bottom lane. 4 people are down here for HLE Esports. Not very long on the death timers, though.
I don't know if you saw, Viper was laughing like very loudly. And like, what do you do after a game like this?
Yeah.
He just got clapped. There's not that much more to say.
The bot lane lost, the jungle lost, the mid lane lost, and the top lane lost.
Unlike last game where there was a very easy person to blame, this one, it's just the team they felt us.
Yeah. It just ends up being that way. Doran is trying to buy some time here. And he's doing a good job. I think they will get Doran, but they're not going to get the space. As Peanut's thinking about it, no stasis available, but the heal, nope, not quite enough as ZEUS. Now he wants to go 1v5. He's having a bunch of fun. As maybe the damage here from Viper could be enough. Did they go too far? As Peanut's in this back line, not able to lock down Guma. As the damage comes in, and Carrier nearly able to double it up, but not quite. As that will be another kill, just fed over to Viper.
Signs of life! Let's go! Guma's just free hitting, as is Faker from the other end. And this fight is very over very quickly. But, hear me out. That's Ocean Drake, now going over to HANWHA. Okay, that's Bounty Gold.
They don't have vision.
Wait, is it Bounty Gold? That's Bounty Gold. Well, that's
it is, yeah.
No, Guma, no. No! Come on!
Well, that was pretty elementary from Owner. Just over the wall, just doesn't even cast anything, just smites it. As now, ZEUS, okay, that shockwave was massive, and now ZEUS finds the angle, picks up 2, and he's looking for a third. Doran will be gifted over to Guma, as now Carrier just following Delight around the map.
Look at the base! The minions got mid in him!
Guys, look at these guys.
He's having fun.
Oh, man. Oh, Carrier had to do him dirty. I thought he would, take him for a little walk. Delight's got a big smile on his face. This game is over, guys. As they are looking for Peanut. But, yeah, it's just going to be the 2-0 here for T1 tonight in a very extremely dominant game number 2. They just wiped them off the face of the